All right, we are back with another episode of Sessions with Mary Jane. I am your host, Jordan Freed, and I'm a little fried, but that's besides the point. We have a very special guest today, and before we get into that, I just want to let you know there are two big comedy things coming up for September 27th. Junk Mail Improv is going to be up in Westchester. I don't know if I'm going to be at that show, but you should definitely check it out if you're going to be in Westchester. They're doing a show with Blind Tiger at the Artist Space. So check that out if you're trying to catch some more Junk Mail Improv. And then also I'm going to be on the Prototype Paterson 5-year anniversary show on September 27th. Earlier in the day, it's going to be like, I think 5 p.m. the comics start going, and then the headliner for that evening is Chris Gethard. So hang around. They're going to have music, artists, just celebrating an interesting artist space. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce our guest for today. She is an educator, she is a trainer, she is an actress, she is a hilarious stand-up comedian. She lives in Jersey, so she's cooler than all of y'all. Welcome to the podcast, Alana. Alana J.
Thank you, Jordan. Good to be here.
Yeah, no, you were just on our circuit break show at the Cryout cave, and that was a lot of fun.
That was super fun. Awesome job putting that together.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it was great to have you. You've been hilarious on every show you've done that I've booked you, and then I see you around, and I'm like, cool, this mic's going to be better. This show's going to be better. Alana's here.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, how long have you been doing stand-up?
Stand-up about like a little over 6 years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you start here or did you start elsewhere?
I did start in New York.
Nice.
I did start in New York, and I almost quit in New York, but I didn't. I kept going. I did do a lot in Louisiana.
Nice.
Because I did get my master's from LSU. So, yeah, a lot in the Deep South and a lot in New York and New Jersey, you know?
What made you almost quit?
Men.
That's usually the reason.
Okay, so basically, like, I was working with, it was a stand-up class, and I put that in quotations because it really wasn't. It was basically like a series of paid open mics. I didn't learn anything. I really just brought material and, like, got kind of feedback. And just the way that class was set up, there was a bringer show at the end. Basically, the whole bringer fiasco. Like, I didn't know that there were other ways to get on stage other than doing bringer shows. So yeah, ultimately, I was like getting chewed out by a producer for not bringing enough people. And then ultimately I always brought enough people, but some people came late, you know, because it be happening, because it's New York. But anyway, that ultimately that was why. I was just like, if this is what it is, I don't know if I want to deal with this.
Yeah, it's very tough, I think, when you're starting stand-up, because that seems like the fast track to doing a show at a club is like, I'm gonna do this show that they said, like, they want me at this club. And then you, like, realize after you've done, like, 3 or 4 of those and you get paying guests and you're like, oh, well, like, I had a good set and I brought paying guests, like,
dude, I was doing so much I would get so desperate sometimes. I was paying for my friends' tickets because like, all my friends are artists, you know, and this was like a few years ago. Like, none of my friends really had 9 to 5, so we were all broke. Yeah. You know, and I'm over here like paying for their ticket, like, dude, just buy your 2-drink minimum. I got you. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm over here paying like $75 sometimes to get people to come to this show. I'm like, this is insanity.
Yeah.
So
that's not it.
But I didn't know any better. I really didn't know any better. But eventually I learned.
What was the difference between doing stand-up in New York and doing it in Louisiana, specifically Baton Rouge? Because I did stand-up in New Orleans.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's obviously like a lot smaller scene. When I was there was only 1 weekly mic.
Oh, wow.
Eventually there became 2 or 3, I think. So a lot fewer mics. But because there were fewer people, it was very communal. There was a lot of community. The shows that did happen, people wanted you to get on. People were looking out for you in that regard. So I would say that's probably the community element of it, I think, was a lot more, intimate.
Yeah, I think that is a lot cooler. Like, there are so many comedians in New Jersey.
Oh, I mean...
And, like, it takes you, like, 3 or 4 times meeting somebody before you, like, realize, like, what's their deal? Like, is this somebody I should associate with? Is this somebody who, like, I do want to keep doing things with?
Right.
Because, like, yeah, especially with men, sometimes you're like... Oh, wow. Like, now I've met you, like, 3 times, and you're a scumbag. Like...
Yeah, I mean, and ultimately, that's what it came down to with the one course, the one guy that I was working with. I basically put way too much stock in his opinion and in his, in his MO. So that was on me, That was really on me. But yeah.
Yeah, I think also it's, like, it comes down to the crowds.
Right.
And it's like there's so many different types of crowds, like even in Jersey, like there's literally hundreds of different types of crowds that you could have in New Jersey. Like whether you're doing a Montclair show, a Jersey City show, a Hoboken show, it's like even those 3 are going to be dramatically different crowds and what they find funny.
1,000%. And also, P.S., I'm not saying don't do bringer shows. I think everyone should, but just don't make that the only thing you do is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like a good bringer show should be like a highlight of the first like 2 years.
Right.
Is like, oh wow, I got to do a show at a club and I did really well, and I don't usually get to perform for a big crowd. Like, and this was cool.
Right, and usually at those shows I have somebody doing really professional videography, so there is something that you do get out of it, but just don't put all your stock in that.
Yeah, and sometimes there's a headliner on it. That's always, that goes far with your friends to be like,
yeah,
oh yeah, Judah Friedlander did a set on it. Like, you saw that guy on 30 Rock. Like, see, I'm really doing comedy now. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look who I'm rubbing elbows with, eh? Yeah.
But comedy was not the start of performance, right? You've been an actress for a long time.
That about 12 years now.
Word.
I started that. So basically, it was acting. I mean, before acting, I was a competitive figure skater as a child. So that was like the first performance thingy I ever did.
How'd you get into that?
I think the TV, watching the Olympics. I was just fascinated. I was always fascinated by ice skaters and gymnasts and what they did, athletically. So, and the thing about figure skating is people say it's not a sport. Trust me. Okay. Oh. Listen. I've been in the gym since I was 9 years old because of figure skating. That training is no joke. It is a sport, all right? Fight with me in the comments, okay? Let's go. But it's a sport, it's something physical, and it's also an art. And there's not that many disciplines, if you will, that really intersect that way. So, yeah, I was just fascinated by that. I was just fascinated by it.
Were you like picking songs and shit?
My coaches were mostly picking the song. The coolest one that I did, are you familiar with Michelle Kwan?
Yeah.
The ice skater? Okay, so I worked with her sister, Karen Kwan, who's also a figure skater, and she choreographed a program for me to the Austin Powers theme song.
Oh,
that
that's
was
amazing.
Probably the coolest one I ever did. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, but yeah, so acting came like way late in the game. I never in a million years did I ever think I was going to try to be an actor. Basically, trauma. Yeah, I ultimately I went to college. The trajectory was supposed to be law school just because that's what everybody told me. You're going to be a great lawyer one day. That's what I heard my whole life,
wow. Right?
I didn't even really know what a lawyer did. I just knew that I was going to be a good one according to my entire family, And then unfortunately, my father passed away. He got sick and passed away when I was in my senior year. And like after that, I kind of had like an identity crisis. I was like, I don't even know who I am. I don't know what I want,
Yeah.
So I went back to waiting tables after doing some time in corporate. I went back to waiting tables. Everybody that I worked with was an actor. I was like, maybe I'll take a class. I did. And here we are.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it happened.
Yeah. Lawyers are pretty slick. I think there's a lot of lawyer-actor overlaps.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I am still JD curious because I love school. I do love school. Like, I am a nerd. In that, like, in that way, low key, like a scholar, an academic, if you will. So, but you know, I'm just like, I don't want to spend money if I don't know that I'm going to use this piece of paper, you know?
Yeah.
Because I got scholarships to both undergrad and grad school. I really didn't have that much student debt because I got academic scholarships.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
So you've always been like, I'm smart as fuck.
I
like,
mean,
I'm gonna
book smart.
Book smart.
Book smart.
You were a big reader?
A little bit. I should read more. But I try. I do try.
Word.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like now, 12 years into this life, the kind of unconventional life? Like, are you happy that you went into such a non-traditional path that has no set schedule ever and you never know when the next job is?
You know, it kind of fits my brand. It kind of fits my personality. Especially looking back when I think about ice skating, like I was an early bird and a night owl. I've always been both, and I feel like being an artist is kind of conducive to that type of rhythm or lack thereof. I don't know, but I do think that it's very me. And also, I just learned that I have ADHD, so I feel like it's especially common for people with that special brain to fall into the arts, you know, like that hyperfixation on something, right? Like we hyperfixate on jokes or a set or an acting, a character, a script, you know what I mean? So, and I think that's always why I was a good student, because I could hyperfixate on studying.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I was somebody that it came easy to. Like I worked my ass off, you know? I studied my ass off. So, yeah, but all that to say, yeah, I am happy because I think, you know, cliche, but if you're going to bet on yourself. I mean, I don't really know. I know where I want to be. And I'm confident that I'll get there, at least in like the short to midterm. But, you know, it's not always on our time.
Yeah.
So, but
where are you trying to be?
So people always ask me, okay, you're an actor, you're a comic. What do you want to do?
You're a multi-hyphenate.
Right.
Yeah.
Got a lot of hyphens. And like ChatGPT be writing with way too many hyphens. Anyway, nobody writes like that, you know? Side note. But ideally, I would like to play either a cop or a detective on television, and that be like my full-time income, and do stand-up when I'm not on set.
Word.
Tour, you know what I mean? I think like that's the short to midterm goal.
You should like practice on stand-ups. Like you should get a cop outfit. And then you should just find guys who are on drugs, like you know the guys.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Sir, have you been doing mushrooms tonight? Like you just bring a flashlight around.
Yeah, I think I might.
You could get some good practice.
I could get good practice. I might also get arrested, but you know, never been arrested. So.
Oh, those guys aren't calling the cops.
I hope not. But.
Damn.
Not a bad idea.
No, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
It definitely makes me look at you differently.
Really?
I'm like, shit, she wants to be a narc.
Only on TV. Only on TV. Not in real life, but yeah. It's funny because I did play a cop on TV in Law and Order.
Oh, nice.
And the first thing my brother said was, they get paid their starting salary is like $80K a year or something. I was like, Brandon, I'm not going to become a cop. Stop trying to get me to quit my dreams. It's not happening.
Wow. When did you said you started hitting the gym very young because you're also a personal trainer, right? How did you know that you wanted to take a step further? Were you just around all the time and you were like, I might as well show people how to do this? Or
well, to be honest, I started personal training as a way to get out of waitressing.
Word.
Because you need a survival job, right?
Definitely.
And
if you want to survive.
If you want. You know, not everybody. We don't all have the same goals. So ultimately, my survival job for a while was waitressing. And I'm very grateful for that because that paid for a lot of my acting classes. That paid for like a lot of my headshots. I was super duper grateful. I was making a lot of money too at the restaurant that I was working at in Soho. But then I stopped drinking and I kind of just thought that maybe the next step would be to try to curate my life in a healthier way.
Yeah.
So I literally did a whole 180 of my schedule, of my life. I worked at that place in Soho, and then I was working at this rooftop bar. So I was getting home at like 3, 4 in the morning for a while from work. And then once I started personal training, I started like leaving the house at 3, 4 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
To get to work. So I literally flipped the whole script. But yeah, ultimately it was, I didn't really want to be in that environment anymore because it is conducive to a lot of drinking. It's really ingrained in the culture.
Restaurant culture is so much that.
Yeah.
I feel like people are just like, our jobs suck. Our jobs are hard.
Right.
But at least we party afterwards.
Exactly. The people. And that's the thing. I realized that I was basically surrounding myself with people who normalized my excessive consumption, you know? Because if we're all doing it, then there can't be anything wrong with us, right?
For sure, yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's basically what led to the personal training. Yeah.
You have a very good voice that's like come out in some of your stand-up. Have you ever done musical stuff?
First of all, thank you. Second of all, when I was in 5th grade, I believe, me and my girlfriends, at recess, we would sing the entire Spice Girls discography.
Oh, wow.
We were the Spice Girls. I was Sporty Spice. And I was Melanie C. And I would print out tickets on my Macintosh computer and hand them out at lunch and invite people to the concert every recess.
Oh, wow.
So that's really that was the most consistent performing as far as singing goes.
Oh, wow.
That I did, but I actually am working on some new, like, for real music, not just funny music, because I've done parodies and stuff like that. I don't know if you've seen them.
I have,
or funny songs and whatnot. That's something I'm really trying to lean more into on social because people seem to like them. I don't know, like little short, silly songs, like commercial length silly songs.
Definitely.
Me and my boyfriend just did one. I saw this story. Josh Tinley actually posted it. This story about how in Canada they're like trying to legalize or regulate sex for rent contracts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so people, I mean, yes, it is basically prostitution, but I guess they're just trying to make something safer that's inevitable. I don't know. I don't really know. But anyway, I saw the graphic and I was like, oh, we need to sing about this.
Definitely.
We need to make a song about this. So it's doing pretty well. We posted it today. It's doing pretty well. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What are your socials before we get any deeper in the episode?
AlanaJ.tv on Insta. I think it's AlanaJ.tv on TikTok. I'm not really on the talk like that. I'm trying to get on the talk. It's hard. I'm older. You know what I mean? Like,
no, it's weird. It's a weird space to be in.
I'm not an alpha or a Z. So Instagram seems to be Instagram and Facebook. Actually, I feel like I have the most people that actually engage with me. But yeah, AlanaJ.tv. That's also my website. So yeah.
Do you enjoy making the videos for the internet? Like, is that something that comes natural to you, or do you feel like it's like a chore sometimes?
It's definitely a chore sometimes. 1,000%. I think the silly songs are the ones that come. Those are really the most fun for me. Yeah. But like setting up my phone and this is the angle and now I have to do this angle now, and then the editing, like when I show my face, that stuff can be a little more of a chore. But just honestly, a lot of like my face to camera ones, just rants. Just to the camera, those also do pretty well, and those are not as labor intensive. Yeah. So all that to say, yes and no. Like, I really wish that we didn't, as comedians, we didn't have to do these things, but it is now. It seems to be like a permanent mark on the to-do list to succeed. So
just posting.
Right, just posting.
Keeping your relevancy up.
Just posting. So, but I do try to make everything, I do try to create from a place of joy no matter what, because, I feel like people could tell if it's just something forced.
Yeah. For sure.
So
I've always thought about doing a character where it's like the guy who doesn't want to make social media videos and it's just like pissed off, just like, I'm saying this because I have to say this. Like, God damn it.
Jordan.
Just like captions, just like, I didn't want to edit this.
Do it.
Maybe it'll come up soon. Yeah, I got to come up with some content.
I feel like that's one that you can channel a lot of truth into.
Definitely, yeah, a lot of truth and comedy. Yeah. What are some of your inspirations, like comedically and in film? Like, what is the stuff that you grew up and enjoyed? Okay.
In film, one of my ideal roles, again, law enforcement. Did you see? Is it The Heat or Heat?
Oh, Heat.
What, no, the one with Sandra Bullock.
Oh, The Heat. Yeah.
The Heat. Okay, it's The Heat. Right.
Yeah.
That film with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. That type of film is a dream role for me, like an action comedy.
Yeah.
I want to make people laugh and kick people's asses at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Do you have martial arts experience?
A little bit. I did a little Muay Thai.
Nice.
I did a little Muay Thai. I got a little technique. I got the basics down, you know?
Yeah.
But for those, I mean, when they have those types of budgets, like, you're training.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be like 10 people telling you
1,000%.
how to kick and where to kick and how to do it in time with the music.
But I got the fundamentals. I got the fundamentals pretty good, I would say. I don't know.
Word.
Yeah.
Has that... What's like something, if somebody was starting out in this like field, what would you tell them to do?
Oh. In acting?
Yeah, like acting comedy, like where you're at. Like if you could like jumpstart yourself like 5 to 10 years in advance from where you actually started. Like if you could make fewer of the mistakes you made starting out, besides the bringer one.
Get on social. That, you know, it's funny because I do a podcast as well called Act Up with Alana J. And one of my guests, we were talking about this. And, you know, I got my master's, I got my MFA in theater and acting. I spent a lot of time and a lot of money while I was, you know, waitressing, investing in studying acting. But honestly, in hindsight, I really wish I was focusing more on social.
Yeah.
You know? So for this day and age, that's my biggest piece of advice is like, just put yourself out there, you know. I feel like I grew up in a quality over quantity world, and now it feels more like a quantity over quality world. Like people just want volume. So yeah, put yourself out there, but definitely also get training. I feel like I've heard Bill Burr in an interview talking about how he was getting cast in movies and he realized he didn't know how to act.
Yeah.
Like people, I think some people assume that just because, you know, you can do stand up, you can act, but it's a totally different muscle.
Yeah.
It's a totally different muscle. But I would also say the most important thing as an actor, and probably a comic as well, is like knowing how you feel about things. Like know your point of view on things. I feel like that's the most succinct way I can put it, you know, not to sound woo-woo or whatever, but journal, like pay attention, live life, like be present in life and with people. And
you mean the answers aren't in my phone?
No.
If I go like this all day, it doesn't make my life better.
That's the thing. That's the thing about having to be on the social, you know? That's the thing. Like we are so here. And I don't know about you, but like I notice my brother's not on any social media. And dude is just different. Like he just is.
Yeah.
He's just different, you know? You're like, "Oh, you don't have crippling anxiety from seeing that your friend booked a show that you've always wanted to be on." Oh, how nice. You know what I mean? Because compare and despair, it's so hard not to compare and despair because it's right there. So I mute a lot of people. I have to unfollow a lot of people just to like protect myself. But yeah, be present, travel, you know, and just connect with other human beings. Because as far as acting goes, the most important person in the room at any given time is not you. It's the other person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Even if they're imaginary.
When
you're given that monologue.
Yeah. 1,000%. I gotta believe you. I gotta believe that you're feeling, not just saying what you're saying, but that you're feeling what you're saying. And if you don't know how you feel about anything in life, if you don't know what makes you happy, if you don't know what makes you angry, if you don't allow yourself to really experience grief, right? Like these things that, you know, we're taught to be afraid of, or we're taught to like act like they're not happening. If you don't know what makes you go there, then you're not going to be able to believably step into the shoes of another human being. Right? Does that make sense?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, son. Yeah. I'm a teacher. What's up?
What is, where do you like to travel? You said you like traveling. Where are some of the spots that really hit you hard?
Okay. So I took this trip low-key out of spite because I was uninvited from a trip and I knew this person wanted to go to this place where I went. So I booked it for myself and I went by myself. My first time out of the continent was to Indonesia.
Wow.
Was to Bali.
That was your spite trip.
That was my spite trip. Mm-hmm. That
Wow.
was my spite trip.
What was that like? They have a very different culture there from American culture.
It was like my sister-in-law, when I came back, my sister-in-law was like, you are different. Like I came back different.
Oh, wow.
It was wild. I did a yoga retreat. I signed up for a yoga retreat, so I had some structure. I went for, I think, 11 days, which while I was there, everybody was like, 11 days? You came from America. 11 days is so short. I'm like, what? Everybody in America is like 11 days. That's a long time, right?
Yeah.
Which made me realize how wrong we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
But some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. You know, a lot of the people there are incredibly poor and they give so much to their religion. They donate everything. I forget if they're predominantly, I feel like Indonesia in and of itself is predominantly Muslim, but Bali specifically is predominantly Hindu. I could be wrong. Fact check me, put it in the note, put it in the notes. But they donate so much to their religion, even though so many of them have nothing, and they're so nice and so happy, and everybody was so helpful. I didn't feel, my mom was afraid that I was going to get sex trafficked. She was like crying when I went.
Oh, damn.
Because I went by myself.
Yeah.
I went alone, you know. I went to the other side of the world by myself. And that kind of taught me that I could like do anything.
Yeah.
You know, I did have some moments where I was scared, but I didn't need to be, all in all. But yeah, most beautiful beaches. They have a monkey forest.
A monkey forest.
A monkey forest. I had a monkey on me, a monkey on my back, an actual monkey on my back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it as bad as they say? Or it was chill?
It was chill. He was chill. He was chill. He was super chill. But the monkeys, if you go in there with any food in your bags, they're gonna come into your bag.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I saw it.
They got
happen
thumbs.
in real time. Like this woman didn't even flinch. And she had a whole monkey enter her purse, take out her food, eat it, and run away in like a split. It happened like that. And everyone that saw it was laughing.
Yeah.
Right? But she had no idea what was going on. It was hilarious. And you're not supposed to look them in the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Because they take that as a sign of aggression. So no
Word.
eye contact. No eye contact with monkeys.
Damn.
But yeah, that was so, I did not want to leave. I cried on that plane ride.
Wow.
I did not want to leave. It was amazing.
Have you always been into yoga? Or was that just like, I need to change myself, I'm going to get into yoga type thing?
Honestly, that was just so I had something structured
Nice.
to do so that I wasn't, because I just booked the flight. Like
Wow.
I booked the flight, and as the time was approaching, I was like, I got to book where I'm going to stay. I had booked the flight and the yoga retreat. So I traveled to different places in Bali while I was there. I don't know if they're villages, towns. I don't know what the correct term is. But the first place that I went to was right by the airport. That's called Kuta.
Okay.
And then my yoga retreat was on an island where there's no motorized transit. You get there from a speedboat from the mainland.
Yeah.
It's called Gili Air.
Okay.
There's these 3 islands called the Gillies. I don't remember the other 2 Gillies, but I stayed on Gili Air. No motorized transit on the islands, only horse and buggies, no dogs, just cats. So I would rent a bike and bike the whole island every day. And why am I talking about this? Oh, the different vicinities that I went to. So after maybe I did 4 days there of the yoga retreat, and I just figured out where to go by talking to other people.
Oh wow.
Then I went to this place called Ubud, which is where the monkey forest was. If I could do it again, I would have stayed there a little bit longer. A lot of good food there. And then after that, I don't remember the name of the place I went to after that, but yeah, I stayed in like 4 different places total.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was the food like?
Honestly, the best food that I had was at this Mediterranean restaurant. It wasn't even like their food.
Word.
Their food was okay.
Word.
It was okay. But everything else, they did have some good food. I appreciated like this really nice Mexican spot that I went to. Oh, and another thing, super cheap. You could live like a king.
Yeah.
You could live like a king on the American dollar there. The most expensive part is just getting there. So I only spent $100 in 10 days.
Oh wow.
Not including my stay, but like as far as spending money, eating, like getting from town to town, I spent $100 in 10 days.
Wow.
And I was fine. 2 meals a day. I was being a little frugal because, I was a little broke at that point. But either way, I was like, this is the best place to be broke as an American.
Yeah. No, it sounds like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Not in their currency, but in our currency. So, yeah.
Word. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Maybe some people will go to Indonesia now.
You should. Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Did you grow up in Jersey or you grew up in New York?
So I was in the city till I was 14.
Okay.
And then moved to Jersey. And yeah, did most of high school in Jersey, did all of college in Jersey.
Was that transition hard?
In hindsight, yeah. I mean, in the regular sight too. Yeah. Not just in hindsight. It was just because like I had more freedom as a 12-year-old in Manhattan. Yeah. I grew up in Manhattan. I didn't grow up in like, a suburb in Queens or whatever. Like I grew up in Manhattan proper. Like I grew up on top of the 6 train. So the 456, yeah. So I had more freedom as a 12-year-old in Manhattan than I did as a 15, 16-year-old in New Jersey because you needed a car. You needed a car to get everywhere.
Yeah.
Where I lived initially, you really couldn't walk anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was hard. Yeah.
Word. But do you like Jersey now?
I do. And I tell people, I think I said this on Ray and Brett's podcast, like New York raised me, but Jersey made me. That's how I feel. I mean, actually, I think I said Jersey turned me out, but because I was like super stuck up. Like I was I was obsessed with my academics as a kid. I went to pretty good schools in the city. And yeah, I feel like when I went to Jersey, I had an opportunity to just take a breath and yeah. So for better or worse, but yeah, I definitely do appreciate Jersey a lot more now. And as an adult, I understand why my parents wanted to move out of the city,
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to raise a kid in the city.
It's a lot. Yeah. They're definitely on like level 10 parenting if they could handle parenting in the city.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's just too easy. I mean, now with smartphones and stuff, I guess you could track your kid a little bit more, but me and my brother were sneaking out of the apartment at, 13, 14, like.
Oh yeah, that's wild. Probably even now they're like,
right.
Kids probably have locks on the door so that they don't leave.
Or an alarm.
Oh yeah. Shock collar once they get to the exterior.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised my dad didn't do that. My dad had alarms in our house in Jersey. I couldn't open a window without an alarm going off.
Oh, wow.
And we had like the company, the big corporate phones where, you had like 10 lines. So he always knew when I was on the phone. And if I was on the phone, anytime a friend of mine would call, he would listen in for the first like 30 seconds. And I'd be like, Dad. And then he'd hang up because I can see you on the phone. I can see you. Cut it out. So I definitely felt like I had no privacy in Jersey.
Word.
But yeah, I rebelled as a result. So I still got to do what I wanted to do. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's a Jersey hack for people who might not be good at Jersey? Like, what's the best part of Jersey that people might not like or know?
Jordan, fuck. A Jersey hack?
Yeah.
What is a Jersey hack? I mean, drive-throughs. You don't get well, most of my friends that grew up in New York don't even know how to drive. So that's another thing. I would have never learned how to drive, probably, if I stayed in Manhattan and didn't move to Jersey. I mean, I would just say driving in and of itself. Like, I feel like driving's a survival skill.
Yeah, everything's really close in Jersey, so if you got a car, you kind of can unlock an entire world.
Right.
Also, like, when I moved to Jersey, it took me so long to, like, figure out Jersey and figure out where the cool spots are in Jersey.
Where'd you move from?
Well, I grew up in the Hudson Valley, so I was, like, up in Warwick. So, like, you still drove everywhere when you lived in Warwick, but, like, you had to drive so far to get to things.
Yeah.
And maybe it's like, oh, there's something cool in Middletown. So you're driving 30 minutes and then there's one thing that you're going to. Whereas, like, I feel like in Jersey, it's like, you go to Montclair, you go to, like, Boonton, you go to just random places. Mm-hmm. And there's just interesting stuff, interesting oddballs who either moved out of the city or they have that, like, Jersey weirdness.
Jersey weirdness is definitely... I feel like my New York accent got stronger when I moved to Jersey. Is that weird? I think it's weird.
I don't know if it's weird. There's a lot of Italian influences, I feel like.
That's true.
To talking like a New Yorker and a New Jersey person. That's true. That's kind of the universal connection. Yeah. You can find lots of fucking Italians in both places.
Lots of Italians.
Lots of Italians.
A lot of Italians. Definitely. None of my friends that I grew up with in New York really have New York accents.
No, I don't even know. I feel like TV just has mismatched everybody's accents so that nothing's really real. Right. But then, like, there's, like, white guys in the suburbs who will watch, like, rap videos, and then they talk a certain way. That's true. And then, like... You got people who like acting or like watching films, and then they're watching stuff from LA, and then they got a little LA in them. Oh yeah, some of the New York accents that people put on in some of these shows piss me off so hard. So hard. I'm like, what are you doing? Who was the dialect coach? Who did this? They were not from New York. Cut it out. Cut it out. Oh yeah, even being in New Orleans, it's like there were definitely people who had very strong New Orleans accents. Mm-hmm. But then it was also like there were people who grew up there and had no accent because it's just like we're so far away from like regions being like isolated. Like now I feel like it's like everybody's parents come from somewhere else and then they live in a new place, and then because they're in a new place they have their accents from the old place, but then you're with the new people. But kind of a thing. I actually did some research when I was in grad school, and I don't know if you found this. You let me know, but I did find that not all of the words, but there are certain sounds that New Orleanians, is that what we call them? Yeah. That New Orleanians say that are very reminiscent of the New York accent just because of trade. Oh yeah. You know, because coming in from the New York ports going into the New Orleans ports, then they'll say one other word and it's just like, oh no, you're definitely from the South and not from the North. But like certain sounds, I was like, oh snap, that's given a little New York. I mean, it made me feel a little closer. Well, I loved going to New Orleans when I was in Baton Rouge. Yeah, it's a great time. I would go a lot. So much culture. Yeah, I would go for comedies. Like I would do a play and then get in my car and drive to New Orleans to do a comedy show immediately after. Like wow. That's the type of time I was on when I was down there. But I do miss it. I miss them. Yeah. And it's funny how, like, when you're in New Orleans, Baton Rouge seems so far away. Mm-hmm. But it's just, like, if you live in upstate New York, that's, like, how far you have to drive for everything. Exactly. Like, it feels like you're going, like, across the country to Baton Rouge, but it's like, oh, I just needed to, like, get fucking, I don't know, go to a DMV. Right. It's going to take 25 minutes to go to a DMV or something. Except driving from Baton Rouge to New Orleans, you may see some dead gators. Dead gators. Dead gators? Yes, I will see dead gators on the side of the road. Really? Yes. Oh, I never saw that. That's sick. Usually small ones, but
I think it was when my mom was visiting. Massive, like a grown ass gator, like an adult gator on the side of the road, dead. And I was just like, yeah, the roadkill here is different for sure.
Yeah, that's like valuable roadkill. Like they would make a wallet out of that alligator for a pretty penny. Like once it's already there. No, people don't use
fuck
roadkill.
A wallet. I want to eat it.
Oh yeah, no, it's good.
I want to eat his ass.
I'm a vegan now, but I did eat alligator in the past.
You're a vegan?
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Generally?
Like
so what's not general?
Like if I'm at a fucking bar for a comedy show and I haven't eaten and there's nothing vegan, I might eat vegetarian or something like that.
Okay, so a little dairy up in there?
A little dairy randomly, like maybe a little seafood randomly if it's like literally like
the only thing.
Yeah, like
okay.
I don't know. I'm not trying to sacrifice my like the value of my life to be like, I'm a vegan.
Yeah.
I'm stronger than you. Like, I'm going to eat this tomato and lettuce sandwich.
No, we need you.
As long as there's good options, I'll eat that. But sometimes I just go to a place and I'm like, what? Like, I'm not going to be miserable. Also, I like to say I'll cheat for the culture. So, like, if I'm in a place that has a unique type of food.
Got it.
I will usually try that food and not be like, can you just give me the vegan version of that? I'll usually just be like, all right, like,
okay,
I'm eating that. Or like if I go to somebody's house and they're like, grandma cooked us dinner, like I'm not going to be like, grandma, I'm a vegan. You should know this already. Like, why didn't you cook me this? I'm going to eat none of the food on my plate because of that.
Yeah.
But like, that's the extent. Like I eat vegan, like with my groceries and I try to go to vegan places as much as possible.
All right. I can support that. I can respect that.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to ask you, what is, because I still feel like I need a better answer. Yeah. What is a Jersey hack? What is a Jersey hack in your opinion?
Go to the beaches before Memorial Day, after Labor Day.
Okay.
That's a Jersey hack.
Okay.
That's like a insider knowledge.
Well, yeah, because you got to pay during the regular. Yeah. You only got to pay during the summer, right?
Yeah.
And only on weekdays? No.
All days.
All days.
Yeah.
Shit is whack.
That's my hack. When it's really hot in May,
Jersey?
That's when you go to the beach.
Jersey is a hustler as a state. It's a hustler of a state. Let me tell you.
Also, like, the hiking is amazing in Jersey. There's so many hikes. You could just literally Google hikes, and then you find a bunch of hikes in Jersey.
That's what I should have said, is the hikes.
And I think people also don't love Jersey enough in the summer. I think people just love the shore. And Jersey is one of the best places on the planet in the summer. And I feel like people are like, well, I'm getting out of town. Like, my buddy's got a beach house. I'm just going to go to the beach all the time. And it's like, yeah, but it finally got nice out to do stuff in Jersey. Like, I was in Rutherford over the weekend for Labor Day, and nobody was fucking around. It was so quiet. It's like everybody wants really nice restaurants and really trendy things, but then they disappear for 3 months because they're bougie as fuck and they just want to go to their beach houses.
Well, Bergen County is definitely bougie.
Yeah. But yeah, there's just so many awesome places. Like I hung out a lot in like Trenton, and it's like around Trenton there's cool shit going on. Like Trenton, when I felt like I was there, was like having a resurgence and a cleaning up, I guess, of stuff a little bit. I don't know what Trenton's like now.
When were you there?
I was working out there a lot in 2019 to like 2022.
Okay.
And then I stopped hanging out there, but it's like they got Princeton out there. Like Princeton's cool as fuck. Like
Princeton's cute.
Grounds for sculpture out there. They got the night like sculpture garden that you go to.
Never been.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
One of the only things I did in Princeton was I did have a competition in Princeton, an ice skating competition when I was a kid though. So
that makes a lot of sense. Princeton feels like it would like ice skating.
Yeah, I didn't think nothing of it, but
yeah,
I think they may have may have had an ice skating team.
Oh yeah,
they may have had. I don't know. Again, let me know if I'm spitting misinformation.
Yeah, we have a PA who comes through and fact checks everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Giving them some work.
Yeah,
giving them some work.
We pay them exactly $0 an hour. But we do pay them hourly $0 an hour. So
no. At least it's consistent.
Yeah, it's really great. Honestly, actually, if you do want to be an intern on this podcast, hit me up.
Yeah, hit him up.
Hit me up if you want to be an intern.
Slide in that DM.
But we're gonna be wrapping up soon.
All right.
This has been amazing.
Awesome.
You are like a staple of the New Jersey comedy scene. Who are some people you fuck with and like you get excited when they're on a show, or you want to give a little spotlight to?
In Jersey?
Is there anybody in Jersey you like, or?
Well, I gotta shout out my girl Kate. You know, I had her on my show. I know you had her on your show.
Kate Lawler.
Yeah. Gotta give a shout out. We're basically like the same person, but 10 years later. I'm 10 years. She's 10 years later, and obviously, you know, we're from different backgrounds, but we learned that on my podcast that we both went to the same high school.
Wow.
Like she had the homeroom teacher I had. She also had as an Italian teacher, so it was really. It was very, very full circle. It felt really cool. So I gotta give a shout out to Kate. Gotta give a shout out to Gordon Baker Bone. He be coming through. My friend Bill the billionaire Gilbert.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Billy the Billionaire.
You haven't seen him?
I haven't seen him, but I've seen him on posters and stuff.
Yeah.
I know Gordon. Gordon's cool as fuck. Yeah. He's one of the best in Jersey.
That's Alex Grubard. He puts a lot of people on, shows a lot of love, always been showing love from day one. You've always been showing love from day one, and I really appreciate that. Like honestly, because of all the community in New Jersey, like I haven't really felt like I've needed to be in the city as much, you know? So, which is great because ain't nobody trying to pay that toll.
Yeah, save the tolls. Save the drink minimums.
Ain't nobody
Come
trying
out
to pay
to a
that
bar
toll.
for free on a random night and you'll get a good show.
Yeah.
And you'll get some like unhinged person at the bar who's either a comedian or not a comedian.
1,000%.
They basically switch off who's the unhinged person. Is it going to be the comedian today or is it going to be somebody at the bar?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it definitely switches off.
A lot of that's the great thing about the open mics in Jersey too. We'll have audience a lot of the time. It might not be the most ideal audience sometimes, but at least they're there, you know? That's not the case in the city mics. It's
no, definitely not. You're just going to an empty room with 17 comics sitting in the room leave as the set happens.
Writing their material while you're doing your material, which is, you know, there's no shade. This is just data. This is just data, you know? I still come through. I've met a lot of great people at New York mics. Yeah, like, for sure. A lot of people that I am still in contact with that put me onto shows that I've, you know, been growing with. So, yeah. Word. I love both states, all right? Both sides of the Hudson. What's up?
Yeah, I think you could like them both.
Yeah.
I don't think we got to choose.
Nah.
Well, thank you so much, Alana. I appreciate you coming out. This was a lot of fun. Catch Alana at her upcoming shows. Follow her on social media so you can see more of her amazing videos. We're going to be back next Wednesday like we always are. Check out a show at lnhstudios.com/shows. Yeah, we're about to get into spooky season. Thanks for bringing in the fall. Peace.
Peace.